Yay, we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Reading Sprints on my channel.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
I had to mute it.
You know you can just mute the whole tab, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, anyhow.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay. Yes, we are here with Sprints. And hold on, I'm getting a call. I need to at least...
Hi, whoever it is.
Yeah, I need to at least acknowledge that I have seen the text. Okay. Hi, Hope. Hello, welcome. So I am going to let my lovely friends introduce themselves. We have a couple of new faces on the channel. So let's go ahead. New faces and then one, like, mysterious face that occasionally shows up. that apparently never remembers that I go live occasionally. But anyways, if you guys would like to introduce yourselves, tell us about what's going on with your channel. I'm sorry. Cal is messaging me like in all caps asking where the link is. After saying I'm not going to be there. That's who was calling me, and I was like, oh shit, Cal never calls me. Something must be wrong.
Why did I know it was gonna be him? Why did I said hi, I knew it was gonna be him.
So we'll start with introductions, and then when Cal decides to make their appearance, or his appearance, we'll go ahead and he can introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm from Laura's Bookish Corner. I mostly read young adult and middle grade. I think I've been on YouTube for like 5 years. My most recent reading vlog was about reading arcs. And I'm a theater teacher. So
Ooh.
That's fun. So do you do, like, I have to ask because I was a theater major, did you like do full scale middle school productions?
Before the pandemic, we put up Willy Wonka. And then I started doing Schoolhouse Rock Live in 2020, and that did not go very well.
That doesn't sound like it. I'm sure that was a fantastic production, and there were no things that ever went wrong with it.
And then last year, I was mostly teaching fully remote kids. Like, I had 2 classes in person, and then that was the year that every week we came in, our schedule swapped. So like I had 4 different schedules by the end of the year, and none of them were the same.
Oh my god.
So then this year we move and the kids don't move. So like I'm doing a drama club, but it's not like a production based because they just dropped the mask mandate like 3 weeks ago, but still everyone's still wearing masks. So it really has.
Well, that's because you're in New York where people are sensible.
And we're also like in the city. Like if you're on Long Island, that's where I actually live. It's very different.
But then if you're in rural New York. Yeah.
Like if you're on Long Island, the masks don't really like, it's just very different. But in the city, it's still like, but yeah, we put up Willy Wonka. That was my one show that I did. Maybe next year, we'll see. I don't know.
You'll see. I mean, the fact that you were able to teach any theater whatsoever fully remote is impressive to me.
Yeah.
Having worked with teenagers and middle schoolers as well.
We had 3 days. we were told you should prep a virtual curriculum. You're going to be remote for 2 weeks.
Yep. That's
what they told us. And then after 2 weeks, they said, okay, 2 more weeks. And then they just kept doing that. And then we went fully remote again last year. So now I have 60 weeks of curriculum for fully remote work. So
oh my god.
That's my life in a nutshell. I teach and I read. So.
Oh, the life.
How about yourself, Max?
Oh, it's my turn. Hey.
Yes, it is.
I'm Max. I'm Mackenzie Bin-Rapp. This is how I normally look, by the way.
We finally meet face to face.
Hey. Oh
Okay, you guys have to understand. People who are watching, you have to understand that when you're at cons with Max, they walk up to people, introduce themselves, and then they will always have that picture on their name tag already done up, and you might recognize
This is me.
everywhere on the book internet. And it's just so funny because people will be like, "Oh yeah, I know you." So
Because I know this face does not really look like this face, especially now since I got all my hair chopped off.
I mean, it sounds like it needs an update, but I don't know. I feel like that does look like you. Like if you were a Powerpuff Girl, that is exactly how you would look.
Yeah, I considered asking a friend of mine to help me Photoshop the braid out just so it could, because it would still be, my picture and everybody would still know it's me, but I would just have my hair short.
Brianna is confirming.
Yep.
I knew who it was because I'd met Max at BookNet Fest, and then Max also was my roommate. So, hence why I was following them around. Or were you following me around? I don't even know what we were doing.
Well, hold on. Let's see. At BookNet Fest 2018, that was my first IRL event.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have that the first time I was there.
No, you had that for BookCon. And
I had that for BookCon, and I think I had that for BookNet Fest 2019, maybe.
I remember it. Well, I mean, would you have needed it for BookNet Fest, though? Because everybody knows you.
Well, I mean, there are probably plenty of people at BookNet Fest that might not have seen my face. I don't know.
Max is the social butterfly.
I am the #extrovert of the Bookternet. That is how I self-identify. And I'm on my couch today instead of at my desk because my house is a mess. So these sprints today are going to be actually recycling sprints. So
nice, good for you. You cannot see the mess that goes that way or the mess that is there. It's a very carefully chosen angle because of my desk.
Yeah, I'm personally hoping that my desk chair blocks out all the crap that's behind me because it's bad, y'all. It's bad.
Oh, see, I grew up with a borderline hoarder. So,
ooh,
like,
yeah, we have a family history of pack-ratism.
when people, I mean, she's better now. But when people would come over, we would be shoving things into closets. So I kid you not, no one else's mess ever phases me. Like there would have to actually be shit on your floor for me to be like,
yeah,
and I'd even give that
dad has to go through now. That's something my dad has to go through now because my grandma.
The baby, and you take care of that. So, all right. And V, would you like to let us know what your channel is about?
Sure. Hey, y'all. I'm V from Caffeinated Covers. I mostly read and review fantasy books. I do mostly adult fantasy and dark fantasy type stuff. And this is, hold on. Let's see if he'll take the bait. Tate, come on.
A pupper?
Yes.
Is there a doggo?
A pupper!
So this is my foster dog, Tate. He is delightful.
That's a pity.
Yes, it's a pity. He's
a pity.
Yeah. So my type of dog is vicious dog that's secretly scared of my cat, except he's a little bit less scared of my cat than I'd like him to be. But he's a foster dog, so he is going to find an amazing home one day. But until then, he's just like my love bug.
They get such a bad rap, and they are very sweet dogs.
This is the most affectionate dog I've ever met in my entire life. Like he just wants to cuddle.
They're some of my favorite dogs. I love
one of my best friends from high school. She has a pit mix. His name is Teddy, and he believes that people exist for him to be in their laps. Now he's had some issues with aggression when he got a little sister, but that was very easily fixed by mom going to a trainer. And what he needed to have confidence building by working with her, and he stopped having aggression issues.
That's really good to know. He was having some issues with his foster sister. Luckily, she got adopted earlier this week.
Yeah.
But but he was perfectly fine when we brought him home from the shelter. And then I guess as he got comfortable, he had some other things he needed to work through. But yeah.
So
okay, now he's cooperating. I can put the camera back.
So for Teddy, the problem wasn't that he was having issues with his sister at home. It was that he wasn't getting as much attention as he was used to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was becoming aggression with other dogs at doggy daycare.
Gotcha.
Because she doesn't like to leave the dogs alone all day by themselves. And she's a teacher, so she's there for hours and hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no, my husband, I joke that he's a stay-at-home dog dad because he works from home. And Tate just like sits on the couch and looks at him adoringly and offers moral support when he's in meetings all day.
That's funny. Yeah, she's like 30 minutes of obedience work like on a daily basis, and he was fine.
That's good to know. I'll have to try that. Oh,
yeah,
yes. You're a lover. I know.
If you're dealing with aggression issues, the best thing to do is to talk with someone who's a trainer and like be like, hey, this is what's going on. How do I stop this before?
A behaviorist, not just a trainer.
Yeah.
I'm a trainer, but I couldn't deal with behavioral issues like that.
Definitely. And I know he'll be a lot more adoptable if he's dog friendly. So I'll definitely hook up with a behaviorist later this week.
Yeah, don't let him end up like the two pits across the street from me.
Gotcha.
They attacked someone's dog walking past. So it was
no.
Yeah,
no.
And their solution was to just get a big fence. I did see mom walking them the other day, so it looks like she may have gotten in touch with someone who could do something. So maybe some of those issues are different, but like when you have a dog that's got their teeth in a dog's fur enough to tear, like
oh, definitely. Oh, and right quick, can I share my avatar?
Good, do it.
Oh yeah, I'm starting a trend.
So, oh my gosh, okay, so this was drawn by Spilled Ink Arts. I've linked them on my Twitter. And so I look animated when I'm on the computer, and it's awesome because that looks a lot better than I do in real life.
Oh, that's a lie.
I know, because her hair is perfect every day, and I don't have to do any work to like get it there, you know?
Yeah, someone else did all that work for you.
Exactly.
That's why I went with a bob, because that is such a low maintenance hairstyle for me. Because my hair is curly, but if I do it right, I don't have to do anything with it. Not curly, it's wavy. So like just brush it, it's done.
Oh yeah.
All right. Cal, are we introducing you, or does everyone already know you?
The treatment I am getting this evening is beyond disgraceful. I don't get the link sent to me, even though I said I'd be there.
I heard that there. I
thank you.
Are we bullying Cal, y'all?
I show up on this channel every week, and this is the kind of treatment I get.
I assumed the fact that you said something about a child, and I was like, oh.
I said I'll be there. There will also be a kid.
Right, okay.
Hi. See, that's the kid.
Hi, kiddo.
Hi, kid.
She's literally reading with us. Okay.
Oh, that's so perfect.
I'm recycling. So
I apologize so much for misreading the situation. I was confused.
I will take this slight to my grave because I am a Scorpio rising. Okay.
Will it help if you knew that I was like, oh man, Cal's not going to be there today. I'm sad.
No, because reading comprehension would have been like, oh, Cal said they'd be there.
No, I just was confused and then just assumed that meant that you were not going to be live.
Hello, I'm Cal.
Hi, Cal.
Thank you for my introduction to this. Yeah.
Love you, Cal.
Your technical introduction to this was me going, oh, someone's calling me. Let me text them.
Also, I just want to say that in how many years of chatting over sprints, Max, is this the first time we've been like face?
This is the first time we've been on a stream together.
Yeah, that's insane.
Is it? I feel like you guys have been on a stream together before.
No, I literally had no idea what Max looked like other than in the one gay cousin photo and now.
Oh yeah, the photo from my cousin's wedding.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I ever was like, oh.
I'm an actual person.
You're real. You're 3D.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
actually a Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
crazy.
what's happening over here? I'm dropping everything. All right. So, how are we, or what? Not how are we? What are we all reading tonight? I'll go first. I'm reading this
Ooh.
for at least a little bit. I may revisit an old favorite, which is this. I'm very torn right now because things are happening, but also I literally just got this from Target because my library was like, we can't renew it for you. It's got a hold on it. And I was like, fine. I mean, I still have the library book because I hadn't brought it to the library because I thought I was going to be able to renew it, but I'll turn it back in tomorrow so I will not get fined for it. Oh, wait, I don't have to deal with fines anymore.
Oh, did they get rid of it at your library?
They got rid of. Now they will block your account if the book gets more than 10 days overdue, and they'll charge you for the book if you don't bring it back. But
That's fair.
all right, anybody else?
I just started the No Family. It comes out in a couple of months, I think. I just got an email from NetGalley. There's about this girl. She finds out she's, I think, in like a K-pop family. I think something to do with something, but it sounds interesting. So.
How do we spell no? Is that N-O?
N-O-H. The No
N-O?
Family.
Well, I am going to have. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's she does like 23andMe, and she finds out she has this cousin, and then he sends her like a thing. Oh, you're gonna come visit us for the summer. Her mom's not that thrilled about it, but that's all that I've read so far.
Gracie K. Shim.
Yes.
Perfect. I really enjoyed EXO. Like, I'm not into K-pop.
I am not
either. That I haven't had, like, it's one of those things I want to actually like take the time to get into if I'm going to get into it. But
that's why I stopped.
did I offend someone with that?
You
But
said
I really
that,
enjoyed.
and Nevaeh looked devastated.
Nevaeh, I am sorry. I know it is a personal failing on my part.
If you have if you ever want to learn about BTS, I have a friend that's obsessed with BTS.
I have a few friends.
Nice.
My thing is like, so for me, if I don't know what the music is about and what's being said, it's not something that I'm going to enjoy. So I need to find a time when I can sit down and like listen to it, watch the music video with the lyrics and stuff and the English translation. So
yeah, and my relationship with K-pop is very complicated. So
well, I mean, it can't be more complicated than Stitches. So
possibly.
My favorite K-pop group is Stray Kids.
Stray Kids?
I've heard of them.
I've heard of them.
They're very popular.
I've never been into the boy band scene. I feel like I only listen to people once they ditch their dead weight.
You're going to need to hook Nevaeh up with XOXO because that
I
sounds.
already know who they are.
No, there's a
book about a girl who falls in love with a K-pop idol.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll find that for you.
All right, I know Max is recycling at the moment. Are you?
I mean, I am recycling, but I will also. I need to start this over. So, because I started. Margaret knows this. Cal, I don't know if you know this, but I started listening to the audiobook when I was at work. But I was paying more attention to work than I was paying attention to.
Yeah, I feel like Iron Widow is a book that you have to go alone into your like room and like you have to be alone with it. You know, you have to like it's just you and your little date. Iron Widow. It's that kind of
like it commands all of your attention
and listen at the same time. That's my ADHD brain. So I will be listening to music while I'm recycling, but I will come back and listen to the audiobook and read this.
Nice. Nice. What else do we got? Go ahead.
I'm reading Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucier.
Okay.
You're muted. You're muted, Laura.
I think Laura is talking to someone in the in her house.
I wasn't sure.
I was just saying that I heard it was good.
Oh, I'm really liking it so far. I'm like 30% in, and it's a standalone fantasy novel about these two kingdoms that have been at war for 52 years until a horrendous plague breaks out. Everybody's dying, so they make peace through like a political marriage, and now like a minor noble was taken as like prisoner of war and finally comes home after 3 years, and like there's like an assassination plot, and it's just like really good. And I kind of like that it's a standalone, because I'm like, all right, I don't have to get too invested in the world. I can just kind of like enjoy what's going on. So,
Is Year of the Reaper the one that was gay?
I don't think it's gay. It's giving me decidedly not gay vibes,
Okay.
but not
there
in
is one that involves maybe I've heard you talk about this, but there is one that involves a political marriage where one of them is like the prince and his last husband died, and so
that Winter's Orbit. That book was so boring. It was like it took gays in space too seriously, where it was like, let's really focus on the space part. I'm like, we're all here for the gay.
Relatable.
We don't watch Star Wars because it's set in space. We watch Star Wars because it has Princess Leia.
Exactly, literally exactly. And I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about interstellar politics now. Okay.
Okay. So Hope is reading King's Men by Nora Sakovic. That's one of the Foxhole Court books, right? I have heard of them.
Oh yeah.
Haven't read, like, they were really big on Tumblr, like really big
years ago.
So also Cal Hope says that listening to you that you're enjoying it makes her want to read it more.
It's really, really well written. The prose is really good.
Yeah,
not done it yet though. So
you know what else is well written? Like, I knew by page 1 that I was buying this.
It is so well written, but it's maybe smarter than me. And that the book itself is smarter than my whole being, because I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
That is most books for me. Which is why I haven't finished writing anything.
I'm really hoping I don't regret this decision later, but could be another Addie LaRue situation.
No, because I think your main complaint with Addie LaRue is not it's not going to be how this is. So
yeah, I don't know what your opinion on Addie LaRue is, but I've read it more as like a triste on, and I probably use that word completely wrong, on like what freedom means. And I kind of want to go back and look at the different pieces of art that were mentioned, like in between the chapters, and some of the people that she met up with, because I think there's probably hidden meaning there.
It's like, listen to all the Frank Sinatra ever.
Yeah. But at the same time, I have so many books I want to read that I'm not sure that I can like find the time to go do that research.
It was absolutely a well-written, well-done book. I just, if you give me a romance, they better end up together.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That would require book 1 of the Atlas 6 to be anything more than toxic rivalries and backstabbing. There's no soft, beautiful romance for you to be disappointed in. Not ending.
I know. Okay. Cal, I know you have your OTP, but I feel like it's going to end up being an OT3. I'm just saying.
There is an OT3. It's just not who you think, okay?
Again!
There's a threesome in the book.
So much tension between two people if they're not going to bone.
Because he's going to end up gay. I don't know what to tell you.
I know.
Why would he fuck her? She's the least interesting character in the whole novel.
Yeah, thank you. That describes my life.
There's so many better people.
Anyways, okay. Let me pull up the timer.
Wait, V, did you say what you were reading?
I did not, but thank you for reminding me.
Or are you doing recycling like me?
Actually, no. So I'm trash and have an arc of a book that's coming out on Tuesday. It's The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. And I am 30% of the way through that, and I need to be 100% of the way through it so I can make a video about it tomorrow.
You're trying to do 70% of a John Gwynne book and have it up by tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's terrifying.
Yeah, hold my beer, y'all.
Booktube beta who?
Nobody told me it was impossible, so I assumed it was possible. I mean, that's how this works, right?
I mean,
I'm going to be up all night. I already realized that, but
as long as you're finished it before you start filming, everything is fine. Yeah. You can do this. All right. So in that case, let's get our timer up real quick. Maybe if I
Emma,
can
you're just
find
gonna
the right.
be in the when I put it down, okay? This is Emma.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Emma.
Welcome, welcome. You get to deal with crazy. Okay, there we go. All right. And we're definitely not going to do that nonsense.
Coco.
This is me, by the way, Emma. you might know me.
It's
Ah.
Max. Look at
Kitty?
Coco. Look at Coco.
Okay. Let's
Is that
go
a kitty?
here.
Yeah.
Aw.
Wait, is that the one that I want? Nope, that's not the one that I want.
It's the one that I want. It is the one I want.
Okay, so this one just starts from the get-go. It's not broken up like the other timers. So we're gonna have a 10-second countdown and then it will go. But
Are you taking her away?
so 3, 2, 1, mute your mics.
Okay.
right, we're back.
Hello.
Hi.
Cal, why did she tell him Nico was invited? She could have just lied.
What? Who? What?
Libby, why would you do something so dumb?
Because Libby's the worst character. I'm telling. Okay, so like Callum is the worst character in terms of if Callum got hit by a Mack truck, we'd be happy about it. But like, at least Callum's interesting, you know.
Your definition of interesting is different than mine sometimes.
At least he's interesting to read from. Libby's like, oh, my boyfriend is just so jealous that I have career opportunities.
That is my life.
Oh
I was telling Nevaeh how I can read minds and see the future.
Wait, shut up.
Uh-huh.
Right, Margaret?
Read minds and see the future about what?
I can read the minds of adults and cats, and I can see the future that Nevaeh is going to be a singing nurse that heals patients through the power of song.
That is not going to happen.
I mean, I do have to agree with Nevaeh, if only because it is actually impossible to heal people through song.
Spoken like only someone that grew up in fundamentalism could say. But
Cal, do you know how many times I have been places where people tried that?
okay, but I'm sorry. Let's talk about the books you're reading.
Real millionaire shit.
Uh-oh, hold
Not
on.
at all.
V, are you trying to talk to us? Because we are not getting anything through. I can't hear you now.
Biggie was in my ears, so
Of
but
course.
now Biggie is no longer in my ears.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure my dog muted me when he was jumping on my lap.
That is so funny.
No, so at first when you said that Nevaeh is going to be healing people through song, I was thinking of like Cinderella, except as a nurse who was singing as she was doing medical stuff. But I think you meant, I think you mean like singing.
Cinderella does heal when she sings. Didn't you see that movie?
No, that's Rapunzel.
And I'm pretty sure that you just told me on our sprint that everything that happens in a movie is true. So.
Wait, Margaret, wasn't that kind of what happened in the first season of Once Upon a Time?
Not true.
Yes, it did. Yes.
When the prince was passed out, and Snow visited the prince and sang to him. Maybe, I think.
Max, it was a very long time ago that I watched season 1 of Once Upon a Time, and it was pre-COVID. It was pre-COVID, so I have zero recollection of that time. Like even less than I would have normally. So, anyways, I read, let's see, how much did I read? I read 13 pages and dropped hot tea on my foot.
Ow.
Nice. I'm sorry about the hot tea, but yay, 13
That
pages.
sucks.
Yeah.
But what's the hot tea gossipable?
Oh.
Yeah, what's the 411? What are all
Yeah.
the cool kids talking about?
Margaret, let's go.
Drop some hot tea on our feet.
411 is a tea made by David's Tea,
Have you seen that?
and it's the rainbow lemonade.
And is it delicious?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't tasted this yet, but yes, it was the last time I tried it. Oh, good God. What is going on here? All right. How did y'all do for what are we doing? Reading.
I read 13 pages and was listening to my parents talk about me possibly getting a dog.
Oh.
We've been
What
having
kind of dog?
a purebred German Shepherd.
Oh, that's such a good answer. It could have gone any way, and you said a good thing.
Because they were born on Thursday, so now it's getting real.
Oh my
Yeah. I think we're really close. So it's been like a 3-year process. So
That's so
Oh,
exciting.
wow.
yeah, it's been like 3 years.
So you're waiting for like a good one then, you know? Like
Yeah, so I really hope it works out. I'm very excited. I'll have to share pictures if we get it, but
Absolutely.
Nice.
Definitely.
but like I've been listening to them talking.
I like puppy
They're like
pictures.
literally like right there.
And GSD puppies are especially.
Oh my god, they're like, yeah, we
fuzzy.
saw like the pictures
Yeah.
of them. They're really, really cute.
Mhm.
Just
So.
like little bear cubs. They're so cute.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've been waiting. I've been waiting since I was 7. So
Wow.
a very, very long process, but
Yeah.
Amazing.
we're like super close. So I'm hopeful.
Mhm.
But I read like 10 pages as I was listening to them talk.
What was the litter split? How many girls? How many boys?
When I think it was three boys and 2 girls.
Nice.
I think it's but they may have got more puppies after we chatted. My dad really wants a girl. I really want a boy. I just want anything.
I'm gonna
for a
agree with your
girl.
dad.
Okay, so
I think that-
you're gonna agree with my dad. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love bitches. I have 2 bitches myself.
Okay. Because like you have
Okay,
dogs.
I meant that in all
You have never
sincerity,
had
guys.
dogs before.
I know exactly that's how you meant it. That's why it's so funny.
Mhm.
She really wants a girl and we really want the boy, but if other people have opinions, I would listen to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my last dog.
Like girls.
Oh, so my last dog, she was 15. She recently went to the dog park in the sky, but she was a
Oh.
female white German Shepherd, and she's the best dog I ever had in my life. Like I will never get another dog as amazing as her. She was her only flaw is that she was too smart for her own good. So like she figured out that like chicken nuggets were pill pockets at one time, and it was hard to like give her any like medicine or anything. But like girl German Shepherd or like team girl German Shepherd all the way, like they are amazing.
Okay. I will tell him you said that because that's what he's been pulling for. So
Team boy dogs are stinky and pee everywhere, and they
Okay.
smell bad, and they're just dumber than their female counterparts, and their only purpose in life is to have sex. And
Brianna likes to stunt for the boy dogs. She thinks they're the best.
yeah, Brianna and I have this
okay.
argument once a week, probably.
From what I
No.
understand from listening to Cal and Brianna debate the merits of boy dogs versus girl dogs. Girl dogs are a little bit more independent, and boy dogs are cuddle bugs.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
And they also do pee everywhere, especially when they have a UTI.
It also just depends on what you like, right? Like the boys tend to be like la 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 la, like I'm a happy boy, and the girls tend to be like
Chill.
Yeah.
How did everyone else do? Let's see. Hope did not get any reading done that sprint, but you know what? That happens. E. Smith started reading Legendborn.
Ooh, yay.
Who do you think E. Smith is?
Good book.
I like how you
I have to do that for writing research.
That is a very good book. I'm looking forward to the sequel.
yeah,
Be
a
fun.
lot.
I think it comes out in July, right?
Comes out in November.
It got
Oh,
pushed back.
November?
I think it got pushed back.
Oh, it did. They're always getting pushed back. I was on 4 blog tours and they all got pushed back.
Yeah,
Well,
like
that's the thing, especially after COVID. You know, a lot
Yeah.
of books have been getting it's been happening for years.
It's-
Books have been getting pushed back forever.
yeah, but COVID definitely exacerbated things, especially in the case of like getting the behind the scenes work done, and also the amount of mental space people had to do writing and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I
the
was
paper
on-
shortage.
Go ahead, Laura.
Go ahead, Laura.
No, I was gonna say I was on a blog tour for a book. I was supposed to be on the first week of June. It got pushed to the first week of March, and now it's the first week of May.
Like next year?
No, but it was
This
supposed
year.
to be January, and then they got pushed to February, and then it was coming out in April, and now it's coming out in May.
Is it? Are they sure?
It might be
Well,
June.
I have the book. I should probably read it at this point, but I've had it on my TBR. But like, they keep saying it's coming out, so we'll see.
My you know what? Hush. You're going to pause. We'll deal with you in a minute. Because we haven't gotten
Rude.
status updates from everyone. Yes, paper shortage has also been doing some numbers on publishing.
Ooh.
What was it? When I got Silvered Serpents, I apologize. I know you hate that series, Cal. When I got Silvered Serpents, I read and
the
did
first
the
one.
review like months ahead of time and then just waited to post it until. So it's always fun editing a video that's like 6 months old. I did that with my sound of nope. my Stars We Steal as well blog. That was fun.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Alexa's. I haven't read that book of Alexa's yet.
I liked it. It's different from Brightly Burning.
Yeah.
Like similar but different. What
I
were
was
you
just,
gonna
I
say?
feel like the Ivies is a lot more me, like
Mhm.
in my genre of things that I like. And I might actually read the Ivies for writing.
Guess what I'm on the street team for?
What now?
Guess what I'm on the street team for?
Pretty Dead Queens? Yay! That's so cool!
I am like, I don't know how many people she chose, but part of me like hopes that part of why she chose me is because we have met and like talked a lot.
I know, like that's so cool.
Like,
That's
I'm like,
so cool. And she's so cool and so nice and awesome and stuff. And I love her. Shit.
like as a person, she's one of my favorite people on the book.
Mhm, mhm.
Like one of my favorite people in publishing right now. But how did everyone else do? Any other
6%.
6%?
Woo!
Yeah,
Nice.
Thank you. Also, should we add the Ivies to our Dark Academia reading repertoire?
No, because the Ivies, I want to do a specific dedicated vlog for because it is an Alexa Dunn book.
Okay.
I'm
Fine.
sorry, Cal, but I would love to read the Ivies with you. It just will have to be after I read these.
I don't get the link. My ideas get shut down.
Cal, this is just not your day.
It's not. It's just not.
You're just not having a good day.
Margaret does not love you today.
And I'm also not sure that Ivy's is Dark Academia. I think it's a thriller set around the college admissions scandal, but I don't know if she was going for Dark Academia with that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Like it's not specific. Like yeah. But if you would like to read it with me when I get to there, I will let you know.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Okay.
Please do. Oh, Laura, you're still muted.
I'm very Italian and I always talk with my hands. Story of my life.
Oh, do you
I'm
know?
like I just go like this.
Do you know sign?
No, just the talking.
Apparently not.
No. That is something that eventually I would like to learn though, because I know it there is so few people who do know how to sign. Okay, let's do the next timer.
Mhm.
So
By the way, Margaret, when I was doing my recycling, I was listening to music. And I know that you'll love the last song that I was just listening to.
okay. DM me.
Life is good on the other side of Hollywood.
I don't know. I don't.
It's from Julie and the Phantoms.
Oh, I do know that then. Oh, it's the dead guy.
Yes, the
Wait, they're all dead. That wasn't specific.
Julie's not dead.
It was the very, very flamboyantly gay dead guy.
That was the villain song,
Yes.
which is another example of like, I know it's technically not a Disney show, but like it follows a pattern of with the Disney shows and Disney movies, the villains having the best songs.
Yeah.
Always.
It was also written by Kenny Ortega, who wrote High School Musical.
So it's
I'm
pretty
so mad
much
that
Yeah,
you
so
knew it.
basically, yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
the Disney bastard child that didn't get
Yeah.
that didn't get recognized by the family.
Yeah.
So it's like the Deadpool of Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. We are doing the timer again. Let's 3, 2, 1.
Right quick.
Yes.
Can I take during this round? Are y'all okay with me taking Tate out to go potty right quick so he doesn't ruin my carpet?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Cool. I'm like, keep me on. I'll mute my microphone, but I
Yeah.
just got to make sure
Well,
you guys are okay.
That's what I did for recycling.
Bless.
Do what you
All
need
right.
to.
All right. BRB.
All right, BRB.
Mute your mics. Hello and welcome back. How did we do?
I got 10 pages in, even though I was doing chores for part of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine says I got 7 pages.
Nice.
So, whoops. Oh, here, let me remove this. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I also
Yeah,
got coffee, which makes me more excited than it probably should, but it makes me happy.
Nice. I could not do that. I had to get my tea had to be caffeine free.
Mm-hmm.
I read
Nice.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Go.
I read like 10 more %. It's getting interesting. It's reminding me of Crazy Rich Asians
Yeah.
Nice.
and like Tokyo Ever After. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I don't
Okay.
really watch K-dramas, but they're talking a lot about K-dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, but it's cute. I recommend it.
Fun.
I don't know when it comes out, but it's cute.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Hope got 20 pages read, so good
Nice.
for Hope. So that's good. I was too busy texting people apparently to actually read the book.
Ooh. Who are you texting?
I had opinions about these characters.
I read 8%.
Meanwhile, I
Nice.
just cleaned my house some more. Because
Nice.
y'all don't understand how incredibly clusterfucky March was for me, which means that my house, well, even before March, because I was, getting ready. I got a lot of stuff for my cousin's wedding,
Mhm.
so I just got a lot of stuff sent to me and had to try out a lot of shit and stuff. The wedding was amazing, by the way. I don't know if I ever actually told you guys that, but the wedding was incredible.
That's awesome.
It was really fun. I'd never been to New Orleans before, so that was a thing.
Oh, nice.
Such a
Yeah.
cool city.
And that's it is, and that's where my cousin's now wife is from. So that's why it was there.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I had a bunch of shit just like shipped to me
Mhm.
because I haven't been to a wedding since 2018.
Yeah.
I hadn't been on a plane since 2019. I hadn't been to a big event with a lot of people since 2019. So my COVID brain was like, how do you do this? How do you be at an event with people?
Not easily.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's why my house was an entire mess. And now it's filled with so many less boxes. I'm so happy about that.
Yay.
There's so much less cardboard in my house. Thank God.
Does clutter stress you out? Because I know it stresses me out a lot.
It does sometimes.
Mhm.
It's
Depends
I
on
think
what,
it's also
when, and
partly
where.
an ADHD thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where it's like it's the all or nothing perfectionism part of ADHD,
Mhm.
where it's I can either do everything all at once
Mm-hmm.
or can't do anything at all.
Mhm.
That's the fire sign for you. So yeah, I just had a lot of boxes building up from when I get from the wedding and from Target because like I get like food and stuff from Target sometimes too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, and after the wedding and after my grandmother passed away, so that was also an exciting thing to happen in March. So
I'm sorry for your
One
loss.
word for
my
exciting.
house is so much cleaner now. I'm so happy about it.
Has your wedding ever been so good that grandma passed away?
I know, right? That's actually something that my family had said. It's like, okay, so my grandmother's birthday was on March 10th.
Mhm.
and it was her 92nd birthday. So she had just turned 92, and the wedding was on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
So she passed away. So after her 92nd birthday on the 10th, I got to see her. I actually did get to see her one more time before that happened. So I was really happy about that. But on the 15th, on the Ides of March, is when she passed away. And so it was so weird because that's, a few days before my cousin's wedding. And, my poor cousin, was dealing, with his wedding stuff and, doing all that stuff. So he had to deal with all of his wedding shit.
Yeah,
And
that's
true. Our grandmother passed away, which was really sad. But yeah, it was rough. But there was a lot of, I don't know how spiritual everyone is necessarily, but my family's Jewish, and so a bunch of my relatives were saying things like, oh, she had just had her 92nd birthday, and she wasn't going to be able to go to the wedding IRL, so she wanted to be there spiritually. So that's a nice sentiment, I think.
Yeah.
also good for her going out on the Ides of March. I mean, that's iconic.
I know. I loved that.
That's amazing.
Like my grandmother is like next level Julius Caesar.
My Nana died in March a while back. She died on the 13th. If she had held out 2 more days, could have had it all.
Dang it, Nana, get your shit together.
It's just Alzheimer's. It's not that bad. Come on.
Oh God.
Oh
man. My grandma had Alzheimer's and she lived with us for like 10 years. And
oh wow.
Yeah.
I do it. I'm joking. It was horrendous.
Oh, I know. No, I'm not offended or anything.
Okay.
Because like sometimes it's like it was really sad to watch her, and then other times she'd do things like my dad went on a business trip and left the car so that my mom could like get groceries and stuff while he was gone, and my grandma thought that she was having an affair because there was a car in the driveway.
Oh.
And we were one car household, so usually he had the car. And yeah, so it was sometimes it was hilarious, not for my mom at the time, but like in retrospect.
Yeah.
But other times it was really sad.
Yeah.
It's rough. I had a friend that her grandmother had dementia really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it sucks. It's
yeah, that's also a family thing that we have to do.
Yeah, that's rough to do. And I mean, even I've got it. Even with my two friends, that like there's still stuff that they find they're like that. It's kind of funny. Like they were constantly. One of them was constantly joking about how like Grandpa would continually be walking in to ask the same question.
It was never funny with my Nana. She was never like charming, funny, like forgetful person with Alzheimer's. She was just always distressed and like yeah, she was just always distressed.
He was usually pretty easygoing. He just was a sad, confused old man for the most part. Like, not really charming, but he would. The joke would be like, just like wait 5 minutes and he'll come in and ask you again, and you can give him a better answer. Stuff like that. So, like, I was over there. He was so surprised to find Jewel there one day. She's like, he's come in. That's the second time he's seen me. So it was, but he managed to keep him, he was relatively happy with them.
Wait, Jewel was a puppy?
No, this is a friend from high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know that he had Alzheimer's. I do believe he struggled with dementia towards the end. So he could still remember like who was who, but his short-term memory was very difficult. So from what I knew. So anyways, we're almost to the next. Wait, it
didn't completely kill the mood, by the way, but
yeah, no, I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer.
It's fine. We're almost to the next sprint, and then I think this is going to be the last one.
Okay.
So, yes, do the dance.
Do-do-do.
All right, mute your mics.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Is that a mushroom or a jellyfish behind your head?
It's a jellyfish. There's even little Nemos.
Oh, I see the Nemos now. Your head was in the way.
Yeah. Sorry for my head.
That's really nice.
Emma decorates her room so lovely.
Nice. I like it.
Mhm.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me get
super
rid
pretty.
of that.
Look at that, your room is getting talked up on the internet for everyone to see.
Stop it, Cal. You'll embarrass her.
Do you want me to embarrass you? You can embarrass me. Because she's the prettiest girlfriend anyone has ever had.
But
All the others are so much less beautiful.
Oh, okay. How did we all do? I got 14 pages that time. Oh, hey, Rye. Hello.
Hey, Rye. I switched to my audiobook of Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Belfleur and read 5% of it.
Nice.
Mhm.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think I'm up 3%, so like 20-ish pages.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty productive run for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely reading this slower than I read other books.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
involved.
yeah. And also, you do have to take breaks from Callum.
You really do.
It's like this character is exhausting.
Have you ever met a character and before you know anything about them, you're like, oh, they don't understand consent, and they act on that. Like, you just.
Like, the first sentence that we get from this was, Callum Nova was very accustomed to getting what he wanted, and that told me everything I needed to know about this character.
It's all downhill from there on.
Yeah. Hope got 17 pages read, so good for you.
About 2 more chapters, and now they're but it's good. It's interesting. It's very, very much like K-pop-y, like Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm-hmm.
I
can see that they would like.
Korea, but
yeah, I can see that they would be pulling from those tropes.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I also bought my audiobook for tomorrow because I'm on a blog tour on Friday, and I don't think I'm going to finish it in time. So,
uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like a science fiction book, but it's interesting. They get like stuck in space, and there's like Lord of the Flies vibes happening. It's called The Lone
Nice,
Actor.
interesting.
So,
I have 17 books on my NetGalley that I need to work on. But I have downloaded all of them and sent them to my Kindle, so NetGalley can't get me for it.
Yeah, I always do that.
Like, I do that before the archive date, and we're gonna try. We are gonna try for 100%.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try. This is the second time I've restarted my entire account. So, but anyways, there is one that I'm hoping that they will give me either they'll upload the art for it or they'll give me the option to cancel it, because I saw that some people have that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you cannot download the artwork for it right now. And I'm like, if that messes up my feedback ratio.
Yeah. Hey, I have a quick question. So like NetGalley says that you should be aiming for like at least 80% completion rate. Yeah, but like I'm at a 56% completion rate, and I've still gotten like a couple of my like top tier, oh my god, this arc has made my life type books.
Yeah. I'm at 0%, and I've gotten a whole bunch, and a publisher just reached out to me being like, hey, here's the second book in a series. Would you like to read it? And I'm like, how do I spend this to get the first book too?
Sometimes too, it's like I think. It's also like I request queer books and I request poly books, and in my bio it's like I'm poly and queer, so
yeah,
maybe I'm a decent choice to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like the publicist assistant or the assistant publicist that sent me the email definitely like took a look at what I like, I think, or what I was requesting on NetGalley at least, because she definitely like sent me the book as one that I would be interested in anyways. And I hadn't heard of that author yet.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, the author is available for interviews. And I'm like, I don't know how to do an interview.
My social skills are not up for that, personally.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I would like to learn how to do at some point, but I don't know how to do that now.
I did it for work. I've done it for work, but I did it for business owners. I would write stories.
Yeah.
For like, I would write stories from the perspective of members of our business owners, about other business owners, and it always involved like being like, what inspired you to get into owning a print shop?
Mm-hmm.
I care.
I feel like that's easier to, because it was all printed, right? And then you would put that into like a bio type thing. Is that what?
Yeah, it wasn't a video. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like a video is so much scarier to do.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And especially if it was like alive or anything.
So is this an author that has interviews already posted to YouTube? Because I know like if there's one author, Jim Butcher, wrote the Dresden Files. If I could interview him, like I would be so happy. But like I've watched a bunch of interviews.
I'm mad at him.
Why?
So a thing you have to know is that I very much don't like when one part of my ship gets killed.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I waited 14 books, got one book, and then it was funny because I had just started the next book, and my brother texts me. He goes, Margaret, I need you to hold off. I need to see if he fixes something, because he knows that will like literally ruin my day.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
could be
that's
the
what you're
best
talking
book
about,
ever,
and I cried like a baby.
I'm like, I can still see a way that he could fix this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to wait till more books come out before I decide whether or not I'm continuing the series, because it's going to be a hard DNF from where I am if he doesn't.
I can definitely see a way that this gets fixed, and it's been hinted at since like book 3. I go back and do like theory videos and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to have to look some of those up. But like, she's also my favorite character.
Yeah.
She's the best one in the only one that's not a wet dream. Like, over-sexualized, all of that.
And she calls Dresden out every time he decides to be a chauvinist pig, and I live for that. Like, this character sets our boy straight.
Yes.
But anyways, so like in Jim Butcher's interviews, he gets like all the same questions, and he has really good stories that he just keeps repeating over and over again. So if I was interviewing an author, I'd try to find like all of their like questions that they keep getting asked over and over again, and then either think of them from like a different angle or ask them something completely different to put them on the spot and make them as uncomfortable as I feel interviewing them.
I mean, that can definitely
What is your most shameful memory, and how has it affected your adult relationships?
Yeah, like when I was interviewing for internships, I would always, and they asked me if I had any questions, I'd just go through a list that I had of like the hardest questions to answer in an interview for me. And they'd be like, oh, this is a provocative question. And they think that I was like really into the job or like really interested. And it's like, no, I just want to feel a little bit better because this is nerve wracking.
Yes. I need to learn how to ask interview questions from you then. Not that I plan on interviewing at any more jobs, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's I always hate when they go like, do you have any questions for me? I'm like, well, I would like to ask what you're going to pay me.
Yeah. What are you going to pay? What are the benefits? And is this a work from home position? Like,
yep.
Those are all very important.
Would you kill a person for $1 million?
Depends on the day.
Depends on who.
I was going to say, really, yes.
That's wild. Okay.
Who is the ugliest baby you know?
I'm gonna be honest, as much as I love every single one of the babies that my friends have had. Oh, shut up. We're done. Babies are all very ugly for the first few weeks.
That's true.
Yeah, like all their extra skin, and
your skin is all,
and their head looks kind of funny.
I don't mind them at that age. It's when they hit like 3-4 months old, and some of them are really pretty, and some of them are like, oh, that's what you're gonna look like. Oh, nice. Neat.
I like them till about they get like 2-ish.
Because then they
Until
learn how to
they
say
hit-
no.
Terrible
They're
twos.
till they hit their teen years. In general, I'm okay with, like, if you have a baby, I will hold the baby as long as you need me to hold it. Like, my arms could be falling off and I will still be
Mhm.
holding that baby. And I like working with teenagers. You have to be a very special person to me for me to want to put up with your crap on a regular basis if you are anywhere between the ages of like 3 and like 14.
It's funny because your baby could vomit on me and I'd be like, that's just what babies do. But your toddler could like touch me and I'd be like, I need to go sanitize. I'm not going to be comfortable in my skin.
Toddlers are always
Right. Babies are just kind of like and vomit. And I'm like,
babies
oh,
also
that's
cannot
endearing.
squat their butt.
Yeah, Laura, I think you were saying that you teach middle schoolers, was it?
I do, yeah, I do.
Mhm.
Middle schoolers are the fucking worst.
They can be complicated. I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking worst.
They can be complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
like
my
you're,
God,
you're a
like,
saint for teaching
9
them.
to like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are
No.
great, and some of them just don't cooperate. But
Yeah.
they
No,
have.
I discovered through many years of children's ministry that while I do like kids when the parents are there, I do
Mhm.
not like kids unless you are like one of my kids.
I learned that I don't like parents, and I'd rather have a relationship with the kid. That's what I learned. Like I hate teacher conferences; they're useless.
So,
to me.
and you can't do that in like the 10 minutes I get with them in small group. Like you can with some, but William is still going to be throwing markers at me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was my last day in children's church. One of the kids threw something at me, and he's like 10. And I was just like, please tell his mom that he did that. Yeah. Like he was messing around, like being stupid. And it was one of the things he clearly did not think through his actions because he was kind of sorry, but he was laughing, but he was kind of sorry. And I was just like, this is why I stopped doing this. So, do y'all have anything that you would like to plug?
My channel. I would like to get to 500 subscribers at some point.
Nice. How close are you?
I think I'm at 409. I think.
Okay. Okay.
So-
So we've got some work to do.
Yeah. But no one ever watches my videos, but I just do it for fun. I do it for my own
I don't believe I have your channel link down below. I do have your Twitter link down below, so people can definitely check you out. I couldn't find a link to your YouTube channel.
Okay. If you want, I can give it to you.
But I'll fix. I mean, that's not the worst plug you've ever plugged.
That can be taken so many different ways.
These are great, by the way, and they smell like fresh linen.
Nice. I just
Nice.
like it smells like gardenias because my house that had the gardenias took down their gardenia bush, so I don't get my daily dose of gardenia smell when I walk past it. So
I do need to change this here, by the way.
Max quite frequently mentions butt plugs when I ask what people want to plug.
Yep. I do
Every
not
time
have a butt plug, though. Although I could show you my lamp, which everybody thinks looks like anal beads. So hold on, let me show you that's my lamp.
Yes,
it really does. It really does. Yeah.
That's my lamp.
A straight person designed that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wasn't that style like trending a couple years ago? And like you'd look at it and it would be like shiny with like the light hitting it a weird way, and you're just like, oh no.
Well, probably because I feel like I feel like Christine from Polar Bananas books had that same lamp in like a lot of her videos, and I was just like, oh. And I don't know if there were any comments on the video that were just like, why is your lamp anal beads?
I can see the appeal
Every
of the
single friend of
design.
mine is like, that's an anal bead lamp.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help. That comes to the question of, do we see penises everywhere because we are obsessed with phallic objects?
Absolutely.
Or are there phallic objects? No, wait. How How did I think?
Are things actually designed like penises because we're obsessed
Yes.
with penises, or do we see penises because we're obsessed with penises, but they're not actually there? The
Yeah.
answer is both.
Yes, absolutely.
So, anyways, anybody else? Anything else you want to? No. Okay.
Well,
And Laura, I did just update so that your channel is in the description now, and I will get you in there, Cal, at some point.
And I got like 3 more subscribers, so thank you.
Oh,
I was among them.
Same.
So my channel is perilously close to 900 subs, and it's killing me because it keeps going from like 97 to 98 and back and forth, and I'm like,
okay. So Cal, what you need to do is not look at it
for like 2 months.
For like 2 months, and then come back, and then you'll be there.
And then it'll be like at 860. So great.
It's really hard because when you get close to the 100 mark, like that feels like that's when you see them, or like when you get close to one of the zeros, that's when you see it. Back and forth.
I swear, like YouTube, like deletes subscribers every time I'm close to a milestone that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Like, don't get cocky, you fool.
So I feel like Twitter does that too. I've definitely lost followers on Twitter for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That, and I
don't know if it was intentional.
I have sprints tomorrow night.
And I'll be there. And then our friend Brianna has sprints, I think, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, if anybody wants to check that out. So, anything else? Anybody else have anything they want to plug before we go?
I'll plug my channel. If you like dark fantasy and think that I was funny tonight, subscribe to Caffeinated Covers. I don't know. I'll take the shameless butt plug wherever I can get it.
Hell yeah.
That was one of my favorite tags on Tumblr, because I was just like, I don't like, it was so weird to me that people would be like, please look at my art. And I'm just like, you worked so hard on that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna reblog my own fan fiction 10 times in one day so people will see it. Like, I am in fact shameless.
Yeah.
I can't do that on Maine.
So, anyways.
I mean, I guess I'll plug this. This is me.
Yes, and I have Max's Twitter linked down below.
So, I am this on pretty much every platform.
Yes, that we're do that tonight is an avatar, and that is your true self on the phone.
Yes.
I think everyone should go follow Max on Twitter and bully them into getting back on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, God, no, I can't do that anymore. Hypothetically, I could, but honestly, I don't know if I told you this, but the reason that I stopped actually was because I was struggling with captions.
There.
But I think that they've made it a lot easier to do that now.
Auto captions. I honestly don't caption my videos. I let auto captions do it because it tends to be, I mean, it's accurate enough. Like sometimes there will be a word that's out of place from what I've seen.
Yeah, and I think you can fix the auto captions too.
You can. I have not figured out how to do that.
That's what I need. It's like I need the auto captions to do it, and then just fix it wherever it's fucked up.
Yeah.
If we consider auto captions as not perfect but okay, like but workable, at what point do we consider the fact that my brain will not let me sit there and watch my own video and type my own words before I lose my goddamn brain? So like it's not, that's too few tasks at a time for me to be doing.
Yeah. I just like, I wouldn't be making videos if I had to sit and hand caption everything.
Especially not 30 in a month. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just like the mental load that would take. And I know it makes it more accessible for people. So it is something that I want to make sure that at some point I am able to go through and like edit all of my captions. But right now, just the mental load that would take, I can't.
Yeah. If we got like the auto captions as like a baseline, and then you could just like go like fix a couple places where it was messed up, I think that would be an amazing tool that would help a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we can do that now.
I think you can now.
I think we can do that now, which is great. And
Yeah.
I was going to say, I actually, for my job, I do dictation and transcription. So that's a lot of my job is already like listening to someone say things and then having to type it out for a very, very long time. So it's like, I get paid to do this.
You could definitely market that skill on Fiverr.
You're not going to pay me to do this.
No, people do very well, like doing transcription, like online as a side hustle and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I know I have no hobbies related to what I do for like paid work for a reason. Like, it's because I get super burnt out, and I can't imagine someone who does transcription for a living, like also trying to do transcription for their own stuff on their own time.
That was it.
And that's not to say that I don't think it is extremely valuable for videos to have captions. Like preferably,
very extremely valuable.
All of them would have captions. I just cannot at the moment.
Yeah,
so
it's like even for people that don't have hearing problems, like it's just so convenient.
I mean, I definitely. Oh, I think my phone is it dead? Oh no, that's my mother texting me again.
All right, phone.
All right. Yeah, I find them very useful even when I'm watching something that's very low in volume. It helps, especially watching like D&D games.
That's what I do with Instagram stories a lot. I so appreciate when people have their captions on Instagram stories, because I don't want to have to turn the volume on when I'm on Instagram. Because the ads come on and the ads are really freaking loud.
Or if you're like at work in a meeting and you're low key scrolling through like TikTok or like Reels or something like that, it's nice to have the words there so that you don't have to turn the sound on.
Without having you yell at me.
Like, accessibility aids benefit everyone. Truly.
Yes. Absolutely.
So that's just one example.
That is the curb effect.
Except service dogs, people.
Yes.
Don't fuck around with that.
Well, yeah, they benefit you in that the person who is next to you having an anxiety attack has a service dog to help them with that. And
but the thing is, no, you guys can have anxiety attacks all you want. No, my service dog.
No, I mean, I'm talking about you as the service dog handler.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You do not have to deal with someone having a completely unassisted, full-blown anxiety attack.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah, this is true. But no.
You do not have to be the person guiding the blind person around.
Sometimes they hear like, oh, everybody should have a service dog. And I'm like, no, like, I don't benefit from a service dog. I'm like, most of you shouldn't even have a dog.
Not even everybody should have a pet. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We literally just went over that at my work because we were talking about emotional support animals. And I was like, listen, if someone actually has an emotional support animal, these are the a service animal for an emotional reason.
Yeah, like prescribed by their doctor, and
they're not even legal anywhere. So.
Yeah, like, well, it's one of those things that's like they will have this training, they will have that. I just like basically went over what you told me about training prior in that meeting.
But the like emotional support animals, it's a housing right thing. It's not even like it's in the States. It's not. It's emotional support animals is a fancy way of saying pet that you're allowed to live with anywhere. And they don't exist in Canada.
Well, pet that you don't have to pay a fee for. Also.
A fee for, right? They don't exist in Canada because our
apparently you can take your
our housing rights means that you can't exclude dogs, anyways. So it's just we have a lot more housing protections than surprise than Americans.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
us Americans
is absolutely shocking.
I know you're surprised. I just thought the government of Canada hated its citizens so much more than the American ones. But
oh no,
I know.
The American government hates us so much.
I know.
Yeah, one of my Facebook friends, he had to like go find a rich cosigner because him and his 3 roommates, like together, they made like way over 3 times the rent, but the landlord wanted like one person that was on lease to make 3 times what the rent was.
Oh my god.
And it's like, if the person trying to rent this place made 3 times the rent, they'd go buy a house. Like
legit.
Yeah.
They'd have a down payment.
Yeah, it's like,
well,
you can't get together
mortgages right now, so
yeah.
So I have a feeling I will have to have my parents co-sign my lease. when I go move out. Although if things work out well, I may be making 3 times the rent by that point. Anyway. So yeah, if the insurance thing works out, it's so funny because my dad's like, you'll probably want to think about, since it's going to be your main thing, you'll probably want to think about marketing and da 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 da. I'm like, Dad, you are making 2 to 3 times more than I live on every month. I make $1,600. He's making 2 to 3 grand.
Margaret, I can make marketing posts for you.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, like it's more events because the marketing around our insurance is really, really regulated. Like extremely regulated. There's so many, like that's part of what I'm doing is learning laws and stuff. So
are you studying to be an insurance broker?
I have my license to sell health insurance, and I am getting contracted, or I'm getting appointed with Medicare.
Gotcha.
So I will be able to sell Medicare plans. Technically, I can sell some. I can sell for Optimum right now and Aetna. Possibly.
Aetna.
Yeah. If you guys ever have any insurance questions, ask me. I know more than I did.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Margaret.
You're not gonna have
insurance questions. Even I never would. I would be like, ooh, somebody else needs to handle that for me.
Yeah.
I can't think like that. No.
Like, I ask my dad because he's an attorney, so he deals with that shit all the time.
It took me working in an actual medical office where I was having to actually, like, they had to walk me through what different insurance things meant for me to really understand what you need to look for and look at.
Yep.
Which, surprisingly enough, copays are actually not the biggest thing to look at. It's your deductible.
Yep.
So,
I don't even know what copay means.
It's the amount that you have to pay when you see the doctor.
Oh, that's why I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
Maybe one day we'll do an American explains the American healthcare system to a Canadian reaction video.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion? Make like a drinking game. It can be like lemonade or something, like non-alcoholic, whatever you want, but like a little bingo.
No, Carl would want alcohol.
Yeah, but like a bingo
alcohol.
board of like different reactions that you think Cal is going to have when you try to explain things.
American insurance provider explains American insurance
for which kind of.
Cal, we would have to do that on your channel because technically I signed a contract that says I won't do that.
We can totally do that and call your name Schmargaret.
Or
my
get like
friend Schmargaret has lots to say about her country.
yeah.
So yeah,
That
technically I am not
treasonous
supposed to
whore.
criticize the insurance industry at all.
That's like okay, but that's like
That's like a violation of our First Amendment rights.
it is. It's
is.
also kind of an impossible ask.
Yeah.
when the
Yeah.
system-
I think as long as I don't disparage specific companies, it'll
That's
be
fair.
fine, even though I do hate Blue Cross with a burning passion because they are a pain in the ass.
It's what I have.
So I've spent the
Okay.
most time on hold with them.
I think that's actually kind of similar to what you were saying, Margaret, is actually kind of similar to my cousin's now wife, because she works for the news.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not allowed to say like her political beliefs technically
Right.
or anything. So
Yeah,
I
we
feel like
take that
that's kind of what
too
you're
far
going for.
We take that a
What?
little too far here because that, like, so many people seem to think that means you can't talk about fascism like it's bad.
Okay, and also when on earth has a Republican news outlet ever been like, no, we're the news. We don't share our political opinions.
I mean, Fox isn't actually a news outlet, so.
Yeah, it's a comedy channel. Didn't that guy say that nobody should take him seriously?
But then wait,
It's a
what's a
parody.
news outlet then? Do you have to have like a license to be the news? Because
No,
what's
this is
the news?
America. That would infringe on your First Amendment
That's
rights.
what I'm saying. Isn't anything the news? Couldn't I be the news if I went out and interviewed Emma? Like,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this year.
Fox is one of the ones that is widely regarded as not actually a news
You heard it
channel
here first.
anymore. It used
Yeah.
to be, it is no longer.
Yeah.
So
There's like 2 programs on that network that are supposedly real journalism, but everything else,
yeah.
no.
I don't tend to trust a lot of the bigger, like I'll read their stuff and I'll if they, the information, I don't tend to trust a lot of the bigger ones because they all tend to be a little bit more to the sides than to the center. Good ones to look at is something like Bellingcat because it's open source. So they're actually going to, or that's where like reporters will say, I have a story on this. Can you report? And then they go through, they do all of the checking and all of this stuff. And like,
well, I only get my news from Entertainment Tonight, so.
I mean, that doesn't. How has that been then for this last week?
Just
Because
kidding.
all they've probably been talking
I don't
about is
read
Will
the news.
Smith.
I don't read the news.
I mean, the Oscars had to find a way to stay relevant.
I'm a historian. If it's today's news, it's so recent for me. I couldn't possibly understand. I need it to be last week's
Well,
news.
history repeats itself, so it has to at least look familiar.
Some of it right now really does. Some
It
of
really
very
does.
much If you know anything about the rise of fascism in Europe and the United States in the 30s and 40s.
Oh, the Crimean War, that conflict in the Ukraine in the late 19th century.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Does anybody feel like we're living through?
Now.
Does anybody else feel like we're living through like the 1910s, 1920s, and 1970s all at the same time?
Absolutely. That's all
A little
history.
bit, yeah.
It's just the same
weird
thing
times.
happening over and over again.
Yep. I mean,
people in government want it to go back to the 50s,
Yeah.
and I know.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
Yeah,
want
that's
to
a negative Ghost Rider.
1968, the year that everybody
you
lit
mean-
themselves on fire and some good music came out and we all got high.
Yeah.
Because
if you
we
mean
were
the
mad.
1850s, Max, I think that's actually where they want it to go. They would 100
But also the 1950s. Low-key.
style-wise 1950s. No, so one of the books that I read last year was The Black Cabinet by Jill Watts. And it was absolutely infuriating seeing some of the arguments against desegregating the military, against like Black people actually getting like financial assistance from the government, being the same talking points they are still trotting out.
Same talking points.
Same talking points. And it
same
wasn't just the
ones.
Republicans, it was also the Democrats.
Yes.
But
Because the Democrats were shit for.
yes.
Oh wait, they
Yeah.
still are. Everyone's
They
always.
still are.
Shit.
They still
they
are.
still
I
are,
regularly
yeah.
observe them. I just know that one is more likely for me to be able to bully them into doing the right thing, and they also are not openly like platforming fascists. So.
Anymore.
Yeah, weren't the
that's not-
Democrats very different back in the 60s than they are today?
60s is when we had
They
JFK.
flip sides pretty
The
much.
first
Yeah,
Democrat
they like swap.
president was Andrew Jackson. Just
So,
to put that out.
Yeah.
The Southern Democrats in the that's my name. Cow. 1800s. The Southern Democrats in the 1800s were the ones, and in the early 1900s are the ones really pushing for segregation and for slavery and all of that stuff. They didn't switch until about the 60s, which is when the civil rights movement started. And they did that because it was entirely a political decision, for sure. So, but you know, because they were also, I believe, behind some of the protest against segregation.
Well, and lots of them too were like, oh yeah, we're Democrats, we'll desegregate in like 10 years, I promise you. And then they got shot in the throat, so that was a lot better for everybody.
Well, yeah. So, anyways, I think that is all. We are way off topic here, and I want to go to bed. So, thank you guys for joining me, and we will be back next Saturday, I believe at the same time. I have to double check, but I believe at the same time. So
Cal's looking very excited about it.
yes, I know, because I know why Cal is excited. So I'm gonna make her wait. We're gonna sit here in silence because I know what you're gonna do, and I can't.
We're going to give you good news after the break.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these people in the description box, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy,
nerdy
nerdy
things.
things.
He didn't bring